As children, we were warned about the dangers lurking in the shadows, organ thieves waiting in dark alleys and hotel bars. These tales were meant to keep us safe at home. But have you ever wondered how many of these childhood warnings actually cross the boundary from fiction to reality? In 2023, a landmark case in the UK revealed the uncomfortable truth when prosecutors successfully convicted individuals involved in kidney trafficking. This disturbing revelation is just the first of 5 urban legends we'll examine that prove to be horrifyingly real. A tourist visits a foreign city, meets someone at a bar, drinks a spiked beverage, and wakes up in a bathtub full of ice with a crude surgical scar and a note instructing them to call for medical help. Their kidney has been stolen. For decades, this cautionary tale has been dismissed as an urban legend, a fictional warning about the dangers of letting your guard down in unfamiliar places. Yet beneath the surface of this infamous tale lies a disturbing reality. The core of this story, organized criminal enterprises stealing organs, is absolutely real. In 2023, a landmark case in the United Kingdom led to the prosecution of an organ trafficking network that had lured a victim from Lagos, Nigeria to London under the false promise of employment. Imagine arriving in a strange city, only to discover those you trusted had betrayed you. This victim was manipulated into donating a kidney, pulling back the curtain on a global criminal enterprise preying on vulnerable individuals from impoverished regions. The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime has documented hundreds of confirmed cases of trafficking for organ removal worldwide, with actual numbers likely far higher as many victims never report their experiences due to threats, shame, or lack of access to authorities. These trafficking networks operate with shocking sophistication. Recruiters identify vulnerable donors, brokers arrange transportation, and medical professionals perform the surgeries, with organs then transported to wealthy recipients willing to pay hundreds of thousands to skip legitimate transplant waiting lists. Historical sites of severe trauma appear to bend the laws of physics. At these locations, researchers using calibrated scientific instruments have recorded phenomena that defy conventional explanation. In Sweden, the Archives for the Unexplained houses the world's largest collection of documented paranormal phenomena, with over 4.2 kilometers of shelves containing evidence gathered from alleged hauntings worldwide. This repository represents decades of methodical investigation into sites where the boundaries between present and past seem disturbingly permeable. The Bell Witch case in Tennessee documents a family's physical torment by an invisible entity believed to be Kate Batts' spirit. The case is remarkable for both its historical documentation and the persistent electromagnetic anomalies at the location today, including sudden temperature drops that occur regardless of environmental conditions. Historical wounds seem to echo through time, their voices captured by modern EMF meters, infrared cameras, and sophisticated audio recording equipment. These instruments have captured unexplainable fluctuations in electromagnetic fields at locations with documented traumatic histories. The Highgate vampire legend emerged from a historical London cemetery during 1970s cultural upheaval, resulting in measurable environmental changes that persisted for decades. Like landscapes scarred by disaster, certain locations consistently produce identical phenomena across multiple investigations, suggesting human trauma might imprint itself on physical spaces beyond our scientific understanding. Historical trauma may leave its mark on physical spaces, but human predators imprint themselves directly on our cultural consciousness. Those urban legends your parents told you about killers hiding in neighborhoods weren't just bedtime stories meant to frighten you. They were warning systems born from real-world dangers. Urban legends like the babysitter and the man upstairs circulated as cultural alarm systems against lurking threats. For 14-year-old Karen Slattery, this cautionary tale became horrifying reality when she was murdered while babysitting in 1984. Her attacker had already entered the home undetected, waiting silently as she tended to her duties. What's most unsettling is that the legend existed before her death, a premonitive warning about dangers already present in communities. Similarly, our collective fear of clowns emerged from disturbing origins. John Wayne Gacy's crimes transformed cultural perceptions of clowns. Although he never killed while performing as Pogo, the knowledge that a man who entertained children harbored murdered victims beneath his home permanently altered how we view these entertainers. These cautionary narratives connect through their practical wisdom. The killer in the backseat legend warns drivers about hidden attackers, revealed only by passing motorists signaling danger. Numerous documented cases validate this specific threat, teaching a simple but potentially life-saving lesson. Always check your back seat before entering your vehicle. These stories endure because they translate fear into actionable protection. While urban legends about killers teach us to watch for human threats, tales of mysterious creatures serve a different purpose entirely. For centuries, Western scientists have dismissed indigenous knowledge and sailors' accounts as superstition or exaggeration, only to later discover these impossible creatures were real all along. The giant squid exemplifies this pattern. Sailors described massive tentacled monsters dragging ships beneath the waves, only to be dismissed as fantasizers spinning tall tales. In 1857, the first confirmed specimen forced science to acknowledge what maritime accounts had claimed for centuries. Similarly, the okapi, with its distinctive zebra-striped legs, was well known to Congo tribes who incorporated it into their cultural knowledge. Western science rejected these accounts until explorers discovered in 1901 what indigenous people had always known existed. Each of these discoveries reveals our scientific arrogance, notes zoologist Dr. Jane Kaplan. Traditional knowledge often precedes formal classification by centuries. The gorilla too was considered mythological until 1852, while the elusive saola, or Asian unicorn, wasn't verified until 1992, despite featuring prominently in Vietnamese folklore. These validations are like turning pages in nature's hidden manuscript, each revelation transforming myth into reality. This history should give us pause when considering Indonesia's orangutan. Much like these once mythical creatures, this reported giant humanoid might simply await its moment of scientific confirmation. The natural world keeps challenging our understanding in ways we're only beginning to comprehend. In 2014, scientists in the United Kingdom documented a glowing sphere hovering in the air during a thunderstorm, captured video evidence of ball lightning, a phenomenon that had eluded formal scientific documentation for centuries despite thousands of eyewitness accounts. This ghostly orb defied known laws of nature, yet remained undeniably real. Ball lightning bridges ancient observations and modern science. These luminous spheres, typically appearing during thunderstorms, have baffled observers throughout history. Today, researchers recreate similar phenomena in laboratory settings, using specialized chambers with electrodes generating high-voltage electrical discharges across controlled atmospheres, gradually unveiling the mechanics behind this mysterious occurrence. Scientists have proposed various explanations. Some suggest it's a specialized form of plasma, while others point to chemical reactions involving silicon and materials found in soil. The crucial shift is that science now acknowledges what it once denied. This pattern extends beyond atmospheric anomalies. Through methodical documentation and peer-reviewed research, phenomena once relegated to superstition have gained scientific recognition. Each verification reshapes our understanding, proving that many impossible tales contain more truth than our frameworks initially allowed. As we've seen through these 5 cases, the boundary between fiction and reality is permeable. What we dismiss as legends often germinate from seeds of truth, warnings about very real dangers or glimpses of phenomena not yet understood by conventional science. Our journey from myth to fact reveals something profound. Belief in these narratives fulfills our psychological need for certainty in an uncertain world. When confronted with the inexplicable, these stories provide frameworks that help us make sense of our experiences. What other stories might our society be dismissing today? The unsettling truth remains. Today's ridiculed legend may become tomorrow's headline, documented in scientific journals and court records, validating those who maintained an open mind about possibilities beyond our comfortable understanding of reality.